The Supreme Court's notice to the Center on a Public Interest plea to set up a national environmental regulator under the Environment Protection Act, 1986 revives an issue that successive governments have preferred to ignore, in spite of specific orders passed by the same court more than 9 years ago. Stop. There is no consensus on what a new regulator can achieve, since official policy privileges ease of doing business. Stop. The Draft Environmental Impact Assessment EIA notification 2020, which seeks to advance that goal, makes no effort to discuss the desire to virtually eliminate civil society's role. Stop. It does not encourage the public to voice its views and report violations, while independent scrutiny of proposals is weakened. Stop. In fact, the environmental impact assessment process, especially after the notification in 2006, has been heavily critiqued for conflicts of interest. The proponent of a project is responsible for producing the environmental impact assessment report, while clearance under forest, wildlife, air and water quality laws are heavily weighted in favor of promoters. Stop. Rather than reform the system, in 2011 and 2014, the center rebuffed the apex court on the question of forming an independent regulator, contending that its orders in the Lafarge mining case were only in the nature of a suggestion, and later sought time but decided not to act. Stop. The current PIL is forcing the government to come up with a fresh explanation on why it has been sitting on its hands all along. Stop. Yet, for a national regulator to work, the government must recognize the limits to extractive growth, respect a neural body and preserve the integrity of the environment. Stop. Para. A key issue raised by the PIL is lack of credibility of the environmental impact assessment process, leading to reports that are often produced with the help of dubious expertise and manipulated data. Stop. In most cases, the proponents also ignore the views of communities that would be displaced, and are ill-equipped to assess the loss of biodiversity and ecosystem services such as clean air, water and farm productivity. Stop. The center and states must acknowledge the conflict arising from pressure on scarce land and ecosystems from polluting projects, which has already created clusters of industrial locations that are doing badly on the CPCB's Comprehensive Environmental Pollution Index. Stop. It is striking that this did not stop approvals for further polluting activity in some of these places, such as large coal-based power plants cleared in recent years in Kanpur, Cuddalore, and Angul in Odisha. Stop. What should concern the center is the laggardly pace at which multiple departments process project proposals, raising transaction costs and resulting in the clamor to dispense with regulation. Stop. The remedies lie in administrative reform. Stop. It is eminently feasible, for instance, to produce a white list of lands for industry, reclaiming polluted areas. Stop. What India cannot afford to do is further degrade its forests, rivers, wetlands and air, whose health is vital for its large population. Stop.